Evermore by Limesicle on AO3. Summary. It's not easy to sleep when all he dreams of is the past. In dreams, he tries to hold on to memories of the life he can't have anymore and wishes for a future that has left him. He has never believed in destiny or fate, but the moment he feels someone calling him to the place they met, Katsuki doesn't hesitate. Rain patters against the glass of their front window, his, and only his now. The lease on the apartment isn't up, and while he searches for a new one, he still lives in this one. The walls that were once warm and welcoming feel haunted now. This place is full of memories, so it is no wonder that he clings onto the past. Katsuki presses his hands against the glass as he watches the ped drops from the sky. The jacket from his suit is tossed onto one of the chairs in the living room, still damp from where he ran home from the train station. But this home that he returns to is only half a home. He rips the curtains shut and turns to the empty kitchen, since he knows that he should eat something. Working as one of many salarymen at the huge company is soul-crushing, and the only thing he wants to be is unconscious. Not asleep, no, because if he's asleep, he'll dream of Izuku again. He doesn't have enough of that when he's awake. Rainy nights are the worst. There are too many memories tied to nights like this, with a dark sky illuminated by lightning every few minutes and the roar of thunder so loud it makes it difficult to think. He remembers the path raindrop traced down Izuku's skin, and now he followed them with his fingertips. He remembers shedding rain-soaked clothing and the kiss that tasted like rainwater. Those were nights, too, when they would sit in the darkness and count the seconds between the lightning strikes and the claps of thunder. It was raining the night Izuku left, too. He walked out into the downpour after another argument, and Katsuki didn't follow him. But Katsuki is good at fighting for anger. He never knew how to fight for love. He never tried to stop Izuku when he left. Katsuki hasn't seen him since that night. He even sent someone else to pick up his things. Katsuki wakes with a start, lifting his head from his elbow. He sits at the table as he pushes himself upright. He feels the damp coldness that he has settled into his bones. At first, he wonders if it's just the thunder that woke him, but then he feels something like a tug in his chest. It tells him to get up and leave. There's only one place in his mind. Even though it doesn't make sense, he stands up almost immediately. Something tells him that he has one chance left, and if that's true, he doesn't hesitate to seize it. He barely remembers his keys as he dashes from the apartment. It only takes moments for the rain to soak through his shirt, and the wind is almost freezing. He runs to the river where they first met. He was running then, too, almost late for an interview, too focused on where he was going to look in front of him. He crashed into Izuku, and then terrified him into giving his name and number. His feet pounded across the same pavement now, his breath in short from running. He slows to a halt as he reaches the riverbank. The water level is higher than usual, and the current is dangerously fast. He stands on the path and looks around. At first, he sees nothing. Maybe he's gotten delusional. There shouldn't be anyone here at this time of night, in this weather. So what the hell is going on? It was only an instinct that told him to be here. It wouldn't make sense for anything to happen. But then again, it felt like nothing had made sense since Izuku left. When he turns around, he sees the faintest silhouette of someone standing a little further down the path. The figure stands in the shadows of one of the lamp streets, but the heavy rain makes it hard to see clearly. Katsuki feels his heart stop beating for a moment. It can't be Izuku. Even as the thought enters his mind, his feet takes him forward. If by some impossibility it is him, then he has to know. Izuku. The call tears from his throat as he approaches. The figure moves, but he still can't see who it is. The hood of his raincoat covers his head. Then he lets the hood fall back, revealing his face. Katsuki crosses the remaining distance between them in an instant. Kachan? Izuku takes a step closer. Kachan, he repeats. I must be dreaming. He presses his hands to the side of Izuku's face. His skin is cold from the rain, but he feels real. A pulse runs under his fingertips. If this is a dream, it's one hell of a dream. Izuku presses his palm over the back of Katsuki's hands. Why are you here? Izuku asks. I had a feeling you needed someone to drag your ass out of the rain. But why would you come? What the hell is that supposed to mean? He feels Izuku tense, and he presses his thumb over his cheeks, searching his face for an answer. You never tried to come after me. Katsuki could hear the pain in his voice, and it echoes in his chest. He knows he could have, and he spent too much time wondering why he didn't, or why he didn't try to stop him. When he looks at Izuku's face now, he sees doubt and a hint of distrust. I should have. Don't you dare doubt how much I love you. Izuku's bottom lip trembles. I must be dreaming. I have to be. You were never this sweet. He yelps when Katsuki pinches him. How's that for sweet? Oh, Izuku says with emphasis. What was that for? For being a dumbass who thinks he's still asleep and never realized that I loved him. You never said it. I thought it was fucking embarrassingly fucking obvious. Izuku looks up. There's a hope that burns brightly in his eyes. But Katsuki still sees some doubts, and that irks him. What does he have to do to make Izuku believe him? He has never been particularly romantic, and any of the lines he could think of from the shitty romance dramas he's been forced to watch seem horribly overblown and fantastical. So, he keeps it simple. I realized I loved you when you got the flu and you nearly threw up in my face, and I didn't want to kill you for it. Katsuki says, and Izuku laughs softly, but it almost sounds like a sob. I love you now too. With only the dim light of the street lamps and the rain, it's hard to tell if the water running down Izuku's face is tears or rainwater. Knowing Izuku, he's sure it's the former. Come back, Katsuki says. Even though his voice is just a rough whisper, he knows Izuku hears it even over the roar of the rain. Izuku's hands tighten around his wrists, enough that Katsuki feels his nails digging into his skin. Come home, Katsuki urges. Izuku tilts his head until the foreheads touch. I'm already there. Holy shit, you're embarrassing. Izuku shuts him up with a kiss. The taste like rainwater and everything he's been missing. But he feels cold from the freezing rain, and there are goosebumps on his skin. Katsuki pulls back redundantly. Let's get out of the rain, he says. He takes Izuku's hands. The streets are empty at whatever ungodly hour of the morning it is, and they thread their way one street light to the next, until they ascend to the familiar steps of their apartment. Katsuki kicks the door open, and when he turns on the lights, the walls are warmer and welcoming again. Katsuki watches as Izuku steps across the threshold into the apartment that is theirs again. He has never believed in miracles, but he knows no other words for it. I love this type of writing style, the descriptive, poetic-ish writing style, where it is a mixture of description and thoughts. And I wish to be able to do this, but unfortunately I can't. I have difficulty trying to write this type of writing structure and this writing style, but it's a very interesting style that I very much appreciate and very much love. And I love it so much. This was a cute little angsty, happy ending, coming back together fanfic. A little one shot for you guys. I personally really enjoyed it a lot. I try to get a nice picture of, the rain scene I'm not going to describe it more in case you guys haven't seen it, but the rain scene. But I ended up with this instead. It was still a good picture, don't get me wrong. Still a good picture, but yeah, I really love this author's writing style, and I'm gonna be definitely, in my spare time reading some of their one-shots and just binging. I'm not much of a one-shot enjoyer, I will say. I am very much of a big, long series. I know some people like one-shots. It's why I do these one-shots for you guys. I'm personally an enjoyer of long fics, right? So for me to be happy, a fic needs to be like 50,000 words at the least. I could compromise with it being like littler, but like 50,000 at the least. The longest one I've ever read was The Way You Used to Do. By, hold up. That fic was like fucking long. It was 600,000 words long, specifically. And I love that fanfic with all my heart. It's the longest one I've ever read, and I do not regret a single second I read. But yeah, it's almost 700,000, yeah, but it's by Edemara? Whatever. Point taken is, my thing is, I really love long fics, and I prefer to read long fics more than I prefer to read short one-shots. So when I find a one-shot that I actually like, and I'm sitting here like, oh, I like it, and I would like to read some more one-shots from this author, you know you're good, because I'm not a one-shot person. I am a lengthy. I'm here to stay. But your one-shots and your writing style and the way you word your words is intriguing enough that I want more. And if all you serve is one-shots, that is what I would read. And if I run out of all the My Hero Academia one-shots, well, I'll read the other fandoms. I really like your writing style. So if the author, Limesicle, if I'm pronouncing your username wrong, sorry. But if you're listening to this, I really enjoy your writing style. It is super nice. But as always, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds, have a wonderful day or night. Join our community Discord server, link is in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content. And thank you so much for watching.